Ah, so we finally know who Savitar is. Welcome back guys, it's the Raw Geek here. Yes, spoiler alert if you've not watched the latest episode of The Flash, but we know who Savitar is, and it is... Barry.
Like I told you from the beginning, I am the future Flash.
Personally, I'm a little bit disappointed because I just don't think that's a shock at all. I think the majority of people, even casual viewers, even people who've never read a comic book, would have probably guessed that it was going to be a version of Barry, and it's a future Barry. That's why I was hoping it would be something a bit off the wall that no one would really see coming, like a really good twist, like it being Iris or something like that, rather than Barry, because that, like I say, is a bit predictable. And lots of people were saying, well, it can't be Iris because of the paradox, but we know that speedsters can create time remnants, so all Savitar would have needed to do is remove Iris from that point, use the speed force to travel in time 1 millisecond into the future, so she wouldn't even known she was even really gone, and she's now a time remnant because he's changed the timeline and made it parallel. So it could have worked, but yeah, it's Barry, and like I say, a bit disappointed, but I really enjoyed the episode still. It's not really going to detract too much from the season for me. I don't think it's necessarily the wrong way to go. Like, I think it makes sense, and it was pretty good reveal the way they did it. So it was okay. Like I say, just a bit disappointed. But yeah, it's Barry, and it's not a different Earth Barry. It is our Barry, but from the future. I mean, it could be a time remnant from the Earth they're on. I mean, we saw one time remnant of Barry go into the Speed Force, or die, or possibly go into Speed Force when he was stopping the destruction of the multiverse. It could be him or something like that. I think it kind of looks like it is just our Barry, and even further on from 2024, because he's got the same emo sort of look going on, that kind of thing. And so later on from 2024, at some point in the future, that Barry is just, you know, distraught, and he then probably seeks out the Philosopher's Stone to get even faster, maybe to try and change things, but he just goes a bit mental with it, and he's like, oh, now I'm going to teach Barry a lesson for ruining my life and that kind of thing, and goes back and starts trolling them all. His face being all scarred could be because how fast he becomes. They mentioned in the episode about the friction he would create, and maybe when he first got the power of the Philosopher's Stone, along with already being a speedster, he went ultra quick, and the friction caused a big fire and burnt his own face, and he was like, oh, that's not going to work, so I need to get this crazy suit of armour made, and that's why he's then got that armour. But yeah, like I say, I enjoyed the episode. There is like a huge paradox now though. I know in any time travel stuff there'll be paradoxes, there has been in the show. Some are explained away, some just you can't really ever get your head around. This paradox is just crazy. So Killer Frost tells the crew that Savitar's told her where they're going to be, what exactly they're going to say, and all that kind of stuff.
Because Savitar commands it? He's not a god. He's just a man that's using you. Come on, you're one of us.
We're a family. We protect each other till the end.
How are you doing that?
Savitar told me everything you'd say.
But Savitar hasn't actually lived that, because that's the new timeline which Barry's creating by getting Tracy Brand in the present, which didn't happen originally because it only happened in the future, and that's how Savitar was stopped then. So this new stuff that's going on in the episode hasn't happened before, so how would Savitar know that it happened? Because Savitar wouldn't be there if that stuff plays out the way it has been, so that's a massive paradox. The only thing I can think of is it's like a latent memory, so that's where what Barry's doing in the present creates new memories, and those memories are instantly put into Savitar's head as though he lived through that point, but he's also got the same memories of living the parallel timeline, which was the original timeline until Barry's changed it, but he still gets those memories, if that makes sense. We also see a promo for the next episode, which looks quite interesting. It seems that they're going to stop giving Savitar the edge by making Barry not be able to remember anything going forward. Therefore, the team can operate in Cloak and Dagger style without Savitar knowing their every move, because Barry's brain is changed into a way that he can't remember things that are happening from now on.
How did you become Savitar?
Savitar is a version of Barry from the future. He remembers everything that Barry does.
What if Barry can't remember what we're doing now?
Do you want to mess with his brain?
Just a little bit. I want to stop you from making new memories.
Let's do it. Who are all of you?
Oh, my lord.
Slight
Where
miscalculation.
the hell am I? Is this a dentist office?
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
And so much in the way that I was saying maybe it's latent memory, I guess that's kind of confirming it. So from that point onwards, where Savitar used to know what happened, all those memories would just disappear like they never existed, and he'll all of a sudden be like, oh, I don't know what they do next. I don't know why, but they must have changed something. So that will hopefully give them the edge to be able to catch him off guard and do what they need to do. That in itself creates yet another timeline. So there's like 3 different timelines going on now, just from these couple of actions. Whether those timelines still play out in a parallel way, I presume they do, or whether it's that timeline's being changed, but like I say, then that future can't exist, so it must still exist in a parallel way somewhere. So, you know, even though Barry was always about saying, oh, I've given up trying to change things and change all the timelines and stuff, it just gets me in trouble. Like, this has happened so many times and he's still doing it. But it is the only way they can stop Savitar from killing Iris, but he's changing the whole future again. But yeah, you can't get away from timelines being a bit messy when there's time travel involved, especially when the time travel that happens via the Speed Force from speedsters is slightly different to other effects of time travel, like you see in Legends of Tomorrow. The way they will interact has a different impact because the Speed Force tries to keep things intact or make decisions to help the timelines continue. So their time travel always affects things slightly differently, which is why they can make time remnants and kill their time remnants and not die themselves and all that kind of stuff. So it is slightly different. But yeah, it does get a bit messy. The funny thing is, Savitar would be totally fine if he didn't go back and troll Barry, because those events that create Savitar are now in jeopardy and ultimately are going to be, you know, worked out. So Savitar probably won't exist or will be trapped and, you know, won't get away with it, or however they're going to do that. So Savitar interfering with Barry is kind of like undoing himself. Maybe that's kind of what he wants to do deep down. Maybe he hates what he's become, hates Barry for making those choices which led to that, so he's teaching him a lesson, knowing that it will change the time and Barry will stay good or something like that. It could be as deep as that, I don't know. He could just be an idiot. Or he could just know that what he does there won't affect him in any way, short of killing Barry, unless he makes Barry a time remnant. So maybe he just really wants to teach him a lesson, knowing it won't affect him because he's already travelled through time, he's already created his own parallel universe timeline, and what he does won't affect him. But he knows some of it will because he's trying to kill Tracy Brand. I don't know, it's so confusing. Like, why doesn't Savitar just escape from the Speed Force like he has done and now disappear? Why keep trolling the team knowing it's going to lead to his downfall? He could have just disappeared, they'd never know who it was. Yeah, it's weird. None of it really makes any sense. It's just a TV show, isn't it? So whatever. Yeah, let me know what you thought of the reveal, if you liked it, if you guessed it correctly. I'm pretty sure most of us would have. I was disappointed with who it was, but I can understand why we did that. You might be really happy because you thought it would be him, or you might have thought it was him, but not be quite happy because you're like, I wish it wasn't, because it's a bit predictable, like I was saying earlier. But yeah, let me know. And like I say, I thought the episode was good. I'm looking forward to the next episode. And we're very close now to season finale. What's going to happen? Don't know. So guys, that about do it. Click like if you like that. Make sure you're subscribed for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, remember, don't try and get your head around paradoxes because it just makes it hurt. Okay, bye. Guys, if you're still here, you're awesome! But as you are still here, why not check out some of my other videos? Oh, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Laters, haters.